We're here on location at the Drill Hall Beach. With me, I have representatives of the National Conservation Commission, Minister Trevor Prescott from the Environment. I have with me Carla Daniel from the Barbados Sea Turtle Project, Rudy Maloney, who's the promoter for the Soca on the Hill and also Soca on the Beach, which would have been held here this afternoon. I have also with me Minister Humphreys from the Blue Economy and representatives of one of the main sponsors, Yellow, as well. We're here this evening because it was alerted to us on Facebook by Ms. Daniel that there were some issues surrounding the hosting of an event permission had been given for at the Drill Hall Beach. And there were concerns in relation to the hosting of the event and that it would affect the turtles that frequent this particular area. We were able to draw all of the parties concerned together and reach an amicable solution in relation to a compromise in relation to staging the event at another date, possibly. One of the things that has been highlighted from today is that there needs to obviously be greater consultation with respect to not only the Ministry of the Environment, but also the Barbados Sea Turtle Project. The Barbados Sea Turtle Project has been at the forefront of leading the charge of making people aware of the issues in relation to turtles in this country. They have been doing an excellent job, but I believe that creating the awareness also requires significant resources. And today, Ms. Daniel would have gone on Facebook and alerted persons to the fact that this event, the proportion of which was likely to attract over 2,000 people to the Drill Hall Beach, potentially could have had devastating consequences in relation to our marine life, in particular sea turtles. As a consequence, discussions with Mr. Maloney have taken place, and we have agreed that the event will be postponed in the interest of the turtles, and certainly in terms of preserving this particular environment. The National Conservation Commission, through the Minister, has also taken note of the concerns that have been expressed by all parties. I think we are all cognizant that this is a very popular beach, but at the same time we have a responsibility to our marine life to ensure that we protect the environment. And I think we've gotten some assurances from the Ministry that going forward there will be further collaboration between the Barbados Sea Turtle Project and the Ministry of the Environment to ensure that a number of our beaches are designated not only as protected areas, but also that we are able to highlight specifically where the sea turtles are located. Obviously, there has to be a compromise in relation to promoters of events and public entertainment, because we do not want to have a situation where our promoters feel as though they're not in a position to be able to host events on the beach. And I've been given the assurance from Ms. Daniel that her assistants will certainly advise the Ministry going forward in relation to where those areas are that need to be designated, and certainly work with the Ministry to educate the general population in relation to why it is that some areas have now had to be designated as protected sites. I've also spoken to the Ministry of Tourism. They're aware of the situation, and I want to really say that the Barbados government understands the need to find a balance. We have not by chance created a ministry known as the Blue Economy. We have done so as a government of Barbados because we are sensitive to all of the concerns in our society in relation to not only the built environment but also the marine environment. And we've done so at a time, and I hope to send a message to the country that we do take these issues seriously. So it is unfortunate that the event has had to be postponed, but I think it has given us a time to basically reflect on the interest groups that are involved in planning an event of this nature, and in particular in preserving what is certainly a tourist attraction, but also what is for most Barbadians a place where they would come to enjoy the environment that we have around us. So I want to take the opportunity to thank the parties for facilitating the request to postpone the event, certainly today. I know there will be consequences as a result of it, but I think all parties, including the sponsors, have respected the concerns that have been raised, and we've been able to amicably reach a solution to the best of all parties that are involved. I'll take the opportunity to let Ms. Daniel just say a few words as well at this point.
Thank you very much. I am particularly heartened by the show of solidarity with respect to the protection of our natural environment and nature. It's not every day that you have government ministers, the Prime Minister, promoters and sponsors and conservation advocates being on the same page with regards to a particular situation. And I will say that I'm fully cognizant that a sacrifice has been made by the promoters, by the sponsors, that money has already been spent that cannot be recouped, that perhaps there may have been some inconvenience to persons who are looking forward to attending this event. And I am very sorry about those issues, but I will say that our sea turtles deserve it. That really is the truth. They are worth it. The value of sea turtles to Barbados, you cannot put a dollar amount on it. Not just a value that is direct in terms of tourism funds coming in, people coming to the island to see turtles, people having turtles giving Barbados the edge perhaps over competing countries where there's also pretty sand, there's also wonderful culture and good music, there's also sunshine all year round, but they don't have the opportunity to come down and see hatchlings going into the sea on a beach. They don't have the opportunity to see turtles. And I'm told, I've had tourists hug me and cry after seeing a turtle lay eggs. I've had people tell me they're going to come back to Barbados because they've seen turtles and now they want to see hatchlings. I have people that write to me and say, I want to get married in Barbados. When can I get married and see turtles, and what hotel should I stay at? So the tourism sector, people all over the world are constantly, I have people that come to Barbados and want to help the Turtle Project fund their own way, I had two ladies that flew from England earlier this year, and they came to Barbados just to patrol beaches and help update maps and feel as though they were making a difference. We have a unique opportunity in Barbados to lead the way when it comes to sea turtle conservation. There's still countries within our region that have open seasons on turtles. We have a moratorium on turtles that has been in place since 1998. We have a beautiful history of respecting our environment, maintaining our habitat. The beach habitat that is so vital for turtles is also critical for Barbadians. As Gabby would say, that beach is mine, and we allow everybody to share it. So a nice wide flat beach is brilliant for picnics, it's brilliant for sunbathing, for surfing, etc. But it's also exactly what sea turtles need. They're critically endangered. Every nest is important, every animal is important, and I feel that we definitely came to the best resolution here. All parties have agreed, and I am definitely satisfied that going forward we'll be able to chart a course that allows us to have events that allows Barbadians to walk up and enjoy their soca music, but turtles can also come up and nest in a safe environment, and those eggs can incubate and those hatchlings can crawl and make their way down to the sea and hopefully help to booster a flagging population. Thank you.
Let me say I am happy, especially to have discussions with such civil people. At no time there was any demonstration of any pig-headed behavior. We settled down, we listened to the material facts placed on the table by my sister from the Turtle Project. She was very clear on what she was saying. We listened and we reasoned, and I think that is what is so important, and that is what is so different. And I hope you recognize it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
we really believe that the project is an important one in relation to the development of Barbados. We also understand the promoters of this event as well. We listen to everybody, and both the promoter, the representative of the Turtle Project, all the ministers here, and all the other parties that are around here today. We sat down, in fact we stood up and we discussed, and we are still standing, we stood up and we discussed this matter, and we have reached an amicable position. And I am grateful that this has happened. It was initially, because all the parties were not fully aware of the same material facts, there was a misunderstanding very early, and we found ourselves in this position. But we understand the importance of the life of the turtles. We understand that the turtles hatch here. The sponsors and the promoter will get together, and I will speak to them probably next week as well, and we will see how we can still bring this thing to even a further and a happier ending. But all of us are pleased, and I want to assure the general public this is the way how we will conduct business, not only today, but in the general future. So thanks very much.
I just want to endorse everything that was said here today, and at no time did 4D mean any harm to the turtles or the wildlife in Barbados. And we will work with all the entities to make sure that we protect the wildlife and the turtles in Barbados at all times. Thank you.
Well, I'm very pleased, as everybody has said so far, for the outcome today. I am a new minister in a new ministry, and this is a new governance model. I'm very proud of Barbadians. I was proud of the video that Carla posted. I'm proud of the response that we saw on it. Barbadians spoke out and they said what they're going to stand for in this new Barbados. I'm pleased to see that the acting Prime Minister made it a priority area this morning and called all of us together to come here to bring some resolution to this matter. And the reality is I'm also very proud of the promoters and persons who chose to sponsor this event. And that, as Minister Prescott said, this is not an area where we're ego-driven. It was more a conscious decision to value an important resource in the environment. Now we have to look out for the economy. We all want to raise some money, but there's a natural ecosystem that we also have to protect. And I'm pleased to see that we are doing so today. So, I mean, this is not going to be a one-off governance model. This is a new governance model for Barbados. If Barbadians have a concern, it will be raised, listened to, and addressed. Hopefully, a lot of these concerns could be settled before they become bigger issues. But as long as we are aware of a situation and both sides have been listened to, and we believe that there is a situation whereby, having listened to both sides, it could be resolved in a way that everybody benefits, then we will do so. So I'm really thankful. I'm thankful for the leadership that the acting Prime Minister has shown on this matter. I'm thankful for the NCC. We've had a number of interactions of late with Carla and the Sea Turtle project in relation to the sargassum as well, and to make sure that even as we try to clear our beaches, we take care of the turtles. And for me, that is very important. So, as I said, it's just a new governance model, and Barbados could look forward to this being the way that matters are resolved in the future. I will give the microphone to Yellow.
We are pleased that we've come to this point in negotiations. We thank you, Carla, for bringing this to our attention. We had no intention of, negatively impacting the environment. This event was a free event for the public, and we're in the hype of the crop over season, and it's a way of saying a give back. We love crop over, we love our soca music, and we apologize for all the patrons, all the entertainers, everyone who was involved, and we will continue our adventure to support culture in Barbados. We will have our International Bashment Soca Monarch competition this Friday, so you can come out and be a part of that.
Wonderful. Thank you to all parties who have come here on such short notice this morning, but I think the discussions have been fruitful. I think what it also shows is that there's a greater need for the intersectoral linkages amongst government ministries, whether it's tourism, whether it is the environment, whether it's the blue economy, whether it's education. At the end of the day, we have a vested interest in ensuring that the economy works and that we are also able to appreciate the different divergent interests in the economy as well. And I think today we have really signaled, I think, to the country that sometimes you have to compromise. Sometimes you have to listen to all of the different interest groups. Sometimes you have to accept when you have made mistakes as well. But we've only been in administration. This will now be the 5th week that we're going into. And the reality is that there are things that have been left lagging over the last 10 years and perhaps even before. We are a new group of ministers, and we believe that we have a responsibility to listen to the people of Barbados and to find those compromises where those compromises are necessary, and not to allow things to languish, or for promoters to have an economic fallout, or for persons who have a particular interest to feel as though they do not have a voice. That is not what we were given the mandate from the people of Barbados to do, and our leadership has demonstrated that at every juncture prior to the election and continues to do so, that we must continue to engage our people and to find resolutions where resolutions are necessary. So again, I want to thank all the parties for coming, and certainly be able to communicate with you going forward to find further resolutions to the problems. Thank you.